Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another episode of Myth-Busting Mondays. For today's episode, I really think that you guys are going to enjoy the final myth, because the final myth is going to end up being, can you end up getting Good Guy Nick plus Ghost of Christmas Present at the same time? Both of these achievements are a pain to get, and to get both of them at the same time would be extraordinary. So that is what we're going to be seeing, of whether or not it's possible in today's final myth. If you guys end up enjoying today's video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe to show your guys' support. And if you end up wanting to have one of your myths featured in next week's episode, just please put it in the comments down below. But anyways, guys, let's get on with this week's episode of Myth Busting Mondays. Myth: will water make a charger slower? Alrighty guys, so the very first myth is going to be submitted in by Globbersko. Now, Globbersko's myth is really cool here because it's similar to a myth that we've tested before in the past about whether or not if a hunter can pounce underwater. And that was actually a really interesting result because if the hunter's underwater, it can't pounce. Which I was thinking to myself, being like, if it affects the hunter, then therefore it should affect the charger, even if it's by a little bit of a difference. So we are here on the boathouse of Death Toll, and we have a little, I guess you could say, like, hamster maze that we got going on here, where the pier has got concrete walls where the charger is going to be technically on land, and then right next to it, with the same amount of distance, is going to end up being a charger that is in water. Nitwit and Lewis are going to be on each end, and the idea is that we're going to be letting the chargers free and seeing if whether or not that Nitwit or Lewis is going to end up being charged first. So as I am floating above the two of them with no clip, I'm going to be showing you guys all the action that is taking place. Now, as you guys can see, technically, even though the charger that's in the water did end up charging first because these are AI, the charger basically went the exact same speed on both ends, because minus the slight little head start that the water charger got, they basically were neck and neck essentially the entire time. So the difference is negligible. Now, because of that, that means that this myth is going to end up being busted. The water will not slow down the charger. The charger is able to run the exact same speed no matter whether or not he's on land or in sea. At least the good news is he can't fly. Myth: can a charger charge through a closed door? Alrighty guys, this next myth was submitted in by a true winner 1. Now guys, when it comes to the charger, maybe we're thinking of things too complicated. Maybe we need to go back to a more simplistic idea. Instead of trying to slow down the charger with something complicated like water on a random map, what if we just close the door in his face? Can the charger be strong enough that he can run through a solid object? Not just punch, but just full on run through a door. And that's what I want to see. So, here we are, once again, on Death Toll. In fact, we have pretty much all of our myths here, funnily enough, on Death Toll. It was just very convenient for what we were doing. So Dan's going to spawn in a charger in just a second, and he's going to slam the door in his face. Alright, Dan, so spawn him in. Charger, let's see if you can get through a closing door. Well, that was fast. Literally. The charger just immediately destroyed the door, no questions asked. Wow. Okay, I'm done calling his bluff from now on. So the myth is confirmed. The charger can run through solid doors, so there's nothing stopping the charger from getting you. You just have to step out of the way, and that's all you can end up doing, really, to avoid him, because the charger will come and get you if you do not move. Myth: can you break a smoker's tongue by closing a door on it? Alright guys, this myth is submitted in by Nitwit. Now for this myth, guys, what I want to see is I want to see if whether or not the door can stop any of the special infected. We all know that they can punch through it, but what about their abilities? If we can't stop a charger, what can we stop? I thought that the smoker was the most reasonable next guess, because the smoker's tongue is not going to be that strong. It's going to be quite fragile. All it is just this little piece of his intestinal tract being shot out of his mouth. So the way that we're going to do this is we have a smoker in a little boxed off area, and we're going to set him free in just a second, and he's going to try to grab Nitwit, and I'm just going to shut the door, and that's it. So here we go. We're going to delete the door in just a second, and we're going to let the smoker free. So there he is. Let him grab our friend here. Let's close the door. And yep, Nitwit is saved. So this myth is confirmed. You can use doors to stop and break smoker tongues that are grabbing your teammates. Myth: can you shoot a alarmed car with special ammo and not set off the car alarm? Okay guys, so for the second to last myth, this is submitted in by Combine Assassin. Now Combine, thank you for submitting a myth my way. I believe this is your very first one, so I appreciate you for participating in the series. Just want to say thank you. But when it comes to your myth, my friend, I can't help but feel that it's going to be kind of an obvious answer. I mean, dude, Think about it. If normal generic bullets can end up setting off a car alarm, why would suddenly the incendiary or the frag rounds not? In fact, it should be quite the opposite. It makes it more likely to set it off. But I'll indulge your theory and test this out here for you today. Okay guys, so we're about to spawn in some alarmed cars here in a second, and just like always with my videos, I will have captions on, so even though you guys can't hear anything, you can at least read the captions, so you can tell the difference between whether or not the car is just doing its normal, just idle sounds, or if it's actually having the alarm go off. So here we go with incendiary rounds to start off. I believe I already know what the answer is going to be, but let's just see it for ourselves. So here we go, let's shoot it with incendiary rounds.
You what?
Yo, Valve, I've tolerated some BS before in your video games, but this doesn't make a lick of fucking sense on this one, bro. So you want to tell me that I can shoot a gun, a full-on machine gun, with incendiary rounds at a car and you won't bat an eye? So God help me if I sneeze, you act as if I'm the reincarnated version of Satan.
Okay, so I've got my 2 cents out. So here's the thing, is that we've only tested the incendiary rounds. Let's test the frag rounds, because if this happens twice in a row, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Okay, so here we go. Let's shoot some frag rounds in the car. And thank God logic actually applies in this one. Frag rounds set off the car alarm. Now, even though this is crazy to end up saying out loud, but this myth is going to end up being confirmed. You can shoot at least incendiary rounds, which I still cannot believe this, and I can't say with a straight face, but you can shoot at least incendiary rounds into an alarmed car, and it will not set it off. But frag rounds still will, so still make sure you are careful if you're using frag rounds, but with incendiary, I guess go wild, because the game doesn't make sense at this point. But now guys, the final myth that you have all been waiting for. So when it comes to the final myth, once again, is going to end up being, can you get Good Guy Nick and Ghost of Christmas Present at the exact same time? Can you get both of the free-to-play achievements in Left 4 Dead simultaneously? Because before, in a prior video, I had a theory that these achievements were going to be regulated separately, and I still stand by that. I believe that the only way you can get Good Guy Nick is if you play with a free-to-play player, but Ghost you need to play with specifically ones from a certain year and time, which is very, very rare. So essentially, what are the chances that we can end up getting a lobby where somebody's a free-to-play player and also a Christmas player? Well, we're going to be testing that here with the final myth. So let's get on and see whether or not it's possible if you can get Good Guy Nick and Ghost of Christmas Present at the same time. Myth: can you get Good Guy Nick and Ghost of Christmas Present at the same time? Now guys, when it comes to the final myth, this is insane, because I want to show you something. This is a clip from one of my most recent Twitch streams where I was helping you guys get the Good Guy Nick achievement. If you take a look at the lower left-hand corner where all the achievements pop up for players, you will see that this random got both Good Guy Nick and Ghost of Christmas Present at the same time. And see, here's the thing, is that this happened more than once to me. I don't know what it exactly is, but I believe to a certain degree that if you are a Christmas player, you can also end up giving people Good Guy Nick if you end up playing with them. Here's the interesting thing. Ghost of Christmas Present is an achievement that will pop up regardless of your skill level, because what happens is that you're intentionally trying to help a person survive a campaign. The achievement was formed in a way that was basically supposed to help new players from that one year survive campaigns and therefore get good at the game. This was several years ago now. They're no longer noobs. They are probably really good at the game and are veterans. Here's the thing though, is that in the system, I believe they're still counted as noobs, hence why you can still get this achievement. So if all the stars align and a Ghost player plays on a free-to-play weekend, where Good Guy Nick is technically also available, if you have neither achievement, you can end up getting Ghost of Christmas Present and Good Guy Nick if you help that one particular player in that lobby survive. This is what I believe. I believe that Good Guy Nick players can't get other people Ghost of Christmas Present. But I do believe that Ghost of Christmas Present players can get people Good Guy Nick. So if all the stars align and you get a free-to-play player from that Christmas season, and they play with you on a free-to-play weekend, you'll get both achievements. So this is something that I recommend to you guys, is that if you know anybody that is a Christmas player from that one time, because you can technically get Ghost of Christmas Present at any point in the year as long as you play with this person. If you also know that they're playing during a free-to-play weekend, try to get your buddies in here that need that achievement, so that way if they're generous enough and they're willing to play with multiple people and help boost, everyone can get 2 of the hardest achievements in the entire game, and you don't have to worry about waiting for a free-to-play weekend anymore. But yeah, guys, when all is said and done, this myth is confirmed. You can get both Good Guy Nick and Ghost of Christmas Present at the exact same time if you don't have either of them, as long as you end up getting these circumstances just right, where you run into specifically a player that was a Ghost player, but played during a free-to-play weekend. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it here for today's video, and I do hope you guys end up enjoying seeing another episode of Myth-Busting Mondays. And if you guys have any other particular myth that you guys would like to see in next week's episode, please, by all means, put them in the comment section down below or in my Discord. I would really very much appreciate to see what you guys come up with. I really like seeing what you guys end up thinking of in your heads. But yeah, guys, if you guys would also like to financially support the channel, I would tremendously appreciate if you guys could go check out my Patreon. It's always linked down below in all my YouTube video descriptions. Or you guys could use supporter creator code BlackNinja797 in all caps in the Fortnite Epic Games item shops, because Epic's my very first sponsor, and they are sponsoring today's video, so shout out to Epic Games. But I hope you guys end up enjoying seeing another YouTube video from the most unique YouTuber you're ever going to see. Thank you for watching, guys. I love you, and peace out.
Hey, meme lords. Jesus here. And you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too. And give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!